Okay, I would like to talk about a reward system for your brain which will help you create a new habit and break the old habit. And that is an urge sheet or allowing 100 urges, or basically keeping a record of how much of urges that you allowed. Okay, so the idea is that recognize what are these urgencies that you have that will make you go and get what you want. Like suppose if I am having this urge to have to overeat, or I have this urge to eat a cookie or have a dessert, or I have an urge to have chips with my meals, or I have an urge to snack, or I have an urge to smoke, or I have an urge to drink, or I have an urge to have the second drink, or I have an urge to have coffee, or I have an urge to have cola, or I have an urge to wash my hands, especially for all those who have obsessive compulsive disorders. So one very important thing is what obsessive compulsive disorders people are, they are actually stuck in thought loops, and they are like stuck in that same thought, and they keep on having this urgency to get up and clean the knobs or clean their hands, and they keep rewarding themselves with washing the hands. And similarly, they are they are a little bit on the anxiety or the psychotic side or neurotic side of the spectrum. But for normal people, the neurotypical people, for them, they are also stuck in these thought loops. Now the patients with obsessive compulsive disorder, they have this intense anxiety which builds up, and this anxiety is fear that they have this fear which is like overpowering their thoughts. Similarly, for neurotypical patients or neurotypical clients, normal people who are highly functional, who go to work, they are also stuck in thought loops and thought errors, and they are also not able to step out of it because of the fears that they have, which are really so unreasonable. Trust me, every human being is a natural weapon that we have in our brain, that we need to be anxious to keep ourselves safe, but sometimes we overdo it. And we might not be washing our hands obsessively, but we are obsessively finding ways to suppress our negative feelings by overeating or drinking or working too much or social media, those sort of things. So this is what I would recommend, that this tool is basic. These are my urge sheets that I did, because the way I was taught was that we have an urge jar. Like it is a jar which we need to fill up with the small beads, but my program was in US, so they could not send me this urge jar, and I could not really find a place. I did find some imli danas and some small pebbles, but I was so scared. My kid is so small that she will choke on it, so I didn't use that. I used these stickers instead. And what I did was I made this grid, and every time I allowed an urge, I gave myself a small sticker. So you see, I landed up giving 76 stickers to what I was trying to avoid. Basically, I wanted to just follow my plan. The meal that I have planned, I wanted to follow that. And these were the number of times this was the time when I actually started following effortlessly. So it took me that many meals to reach a place. And this is my second or third sheet, because I gave up after like some 2-3 sheets. So, and after that again I went off it, like I couldn't follow my own meal plan, because I had already lost the weight that I wanted to lose. And but as a coach, I wanted to train myself to be able to plan and execute my plan. So I had to keep on doing these urge sheets. So then I would also, because I was like, I want to know which urge I allowed, because it was not just about, this is basically micromanaging your thoughts completely. It's like completely going in your brain, because we are so much in our brain any which way, so why not dissect it completely and make it work for us. Anyway, so this is what is the urge sheet that we can easily have at home. If you can go to a grocery store, or I think even like Carrefour, or the shops around, they will have these smiley face stickers. You can get those and make a sheet like this. This is a reward system basically. So every time you follow a meal plan, or you do something which you promised yourself that I'm going to do that tomorrow and this is what I want to do, and when you do it, instead of going and eating, I want you to put a reward on this, because this system the brain sees, and brain just is like, wow, this is amazing. And we get rid of that old habit. Okay, so the idea is that whenever you get this urgency, so you will plan something. Okay, many people will actually struggle to even plan because they're scared that, once they put something on their plan, they have to eat it or they have to follow it, which they are not able to do. So a lot of people will see extreme resistance to even plan, but once they start planning, those moments will come when you don't want to do what is planned. Like, suppose if you have planned something like, I'm going to have just brown rice, and I'm going to have salad, and I'm not going to have papad, I'm not going to have crackers, I'm not going to have chips, I'm not going to have chocolate, I'm not going to have dessert. So you have planned that I'm going to have these 4 items, like salad, rice, dal, chicken, and that's it. But when you are about to eat your meal, obviously you didn't prepare yourself. Sometimes we don't prepare it, and then we're like, okay, anyway, I'm eating out of protocol, I'm eating out of plan, so let me go and eat everything. But you don't do that. You try to rationalize it. You try to say, okay, these were the things, can I find the substitutes of these things? And if you manage to have the substitutes of those things and you still stick on your protocol, and you had the urge to go and eat something out of protocol, but you didn't do that, and you reasoned with your brain and you did what you planned to do, you get a sticker. Or if your plan was to follow the meal plan, okay, but then you get an urge, okay, there is Oreos, maybe one, who cares, like one will not do, I'm already losing weight, I can have one Oreo, what's the harm, one Oreo, it's no big deal. You get this is an urge, and then you go and eat the Oreo, you don't get a sticker, but you don't have to start all over again. Okay, now you're eating the Oreo, there's this much bite, some people will eat that fast also, that one also eat like fast, gone in. I've done that. Before I change my mind, I should not be changing my mind, because I know I might change my mind, so I would eat it really fast. But slowly the time will come that you will realize, what have I done? I didn't want to do this. Why am I doing this to myself? And then you leave that last bite. Give yourself a sticker, okay, that you left that last bite. Sometimes you get this urge, you want to have the Oreo, you get up, you go to the pantry. You take the effort of doing all this extra work, getting up from a nice cozy couch, go to the pantry, open it, start opening the Oreo, and then you're just about to put it in your mouth, and then you're like, you know what, I don't want to have it. You keep it. Give yourself a sticker that you allowed the urge, you didn't obey the urge, the reward was not given. Okay, so instead of having the Oreo, give yourself a reward with the sticker. Okay, and you need to be onto your brains, because I understand this is like a very, very complicated process, and it can be very overwhelming, but it is so rewarding. And you know what the end result is? The end result is you get what you want. Isn't that amazing? That's the beauty of the whole urge, mind management, and making new habits, that you make your brain work for you instead of against you. So allow the urge, don't obey the urge, reward the allowed urge. Okay, you can breathe, you can do pranayam when the urge is there. You can start describing where the urge is, you can focus where the urge is, keep describing it, start breathing. Okay, do the breathing exercises, or you can chant a mantra. This is just an urge, this is just an urge, this doesn't have any control over me. Or you can just make up anything, be innovative about it, but don't allow the urge. Okay.